Hello, my fellow barbarians. I just want to share this thought with you. If you are a lover of the alphabet or the alphabet, your eyes will continually be open and you will see how God works in the here and now through all events and through names of people. Like there's no coincidence that the people that make the number one page search engine in the world, which is Google, the authors and the founders of Google, one of them is named Larry Page, and the other author is named Sergey Brin. So you understand, you combine Larry Page, the last name, and the first name of the other one, Sergey, that sounds like search. So you get a page search or a search page. A search page engine will come out of people who are named. They have those things in their name. So the biggest page or search engine in the world is Google, and their authors have a name that relates to that, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. So that's no coincidence. And also things like, people say that we were cursed with jobs. Well, I don't believe that job is a curse, but the people that think that, they say because Eve took of the apple. Then God cursed mankind with work and with jobs, that they have to do. And that's not the case, okay? But a lot of people think that way, but there's no coincidence that the person that made the product of Apple, his name's Steve, and Steve is like Steve, that's like Saint Eve, right? Steve, you break it into Steve, that's Saint Eve, Jobs. So it's no coincidence that he's got a name Steve Jobs. From St. Eve Jobs, he made the product named Apple. And when Eve ate of the apple, the people think that the world was cursed with jobs or work. But no, that's taken it aside. But now that it's come to the collapse of the banks, there's no coincidence that God has chosen a guy by the name of Sam Bankman-Fried. They try to pronounce it Fried in some places, but that's actually spelled fried. And so now that Uncle Sam, that's supposed to be the one that's taking care of the nation and is in the worst condition possible, and the crypto and everything is collapsing, it's no coincidence that God has chosen a name so that Uncle Sam as a bankman is getting fried. So this is what happened right now, so let's enjoy this little clip that I'm going to share with you.
New York Times and other members of the mainstream media is running cover for what happened with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, running cover for these fraud, for these crimes. The question is, why? It's no secret, Sam Bankman-Fried is Joe Biden's second biggest donor, giving tens of millions to the Joe Biden campaign. It's no secret, Sam Bankman-Fried very close to the DNC and elites in general. On April 22nd, FTX official and SALT conference hosted the first ever crypto conference in the Bahamas. An off-record panel was held featuring former President Bill Clinton, former UK PM Tony Blair, and Sam Bankman-Fried. Other elites were in attendance. It is no secret that Sam Bankman-Fried had close ties to many high-level political figures, many of them in the DNC. In fact, Sam Bankman-Fried was committed to giving even more money. In this CNBC article from earlier this year, Sam Bankman-Fried says he could spend upwards of $1 billion on the 2024 election. It's looking more likely there was a serious money laundering operation going on, sending money from FTX to Democrats under the guise of altruism. This next part, a little bit of a stretch. I'm not saying this is the case. I'll leave it up to you to decide, but I'd be remiss if I didn't share this with you. As you know, Sam Bankman-Fried and a lot of people over at FTX and Alameda had close ties to MIT. Perhaps you know MIT's Media Lab was directly funded by Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates. Again, you decide for yourself, but WikiLeaks released an FBI doc outlining symbolism, and the B logo is eerily reminiscent of Alameda Research's logo. So let's get into it. Allegedly, who are the real ringleaders? Missing piece in the FTX Sam Bankman-Fried meltdown. Who is Michael Knives? Connected to Sam Bankman-Fried, the Clintons, Warren Buffett, Michael Lewis, and even Elon Musk. $300 million from Alameda, and no Wikipedia page. Surprisingly, can't find anyone mentioning him on crypto Twitter, so let's unravel Knives' background.
That's what happens. So when you have to practice something, it's because you don't see the whole picture yet. But when you can see things like the way I see, nothing in this world beguiles me, or nothing attracts me. It's not like I say, oh man, I wish I could have this. So everything that everybody has, that every company has, I wish that they have even more. And I wish that they had the real thing, like what is happening right now to this guy, what is called Sam Bankman Fried? I think that's his name, right? And I think if God was going to bring a judgment to the bank industry, that's the perfect name to do it with. Sam, representing Uncle Sam, that's supposed to be the nation that's supposed to be taking care of you, Uncle Sam. So Sam Bankman, I think that's the name of this guy, and Fried. So he's gonna make all the people from the bank gonna be fried in this economy. They're getting fried. Everything is collapsing. And if there was a name that was going to represent, that was the perfect name. This guy was making billions, and all of a sudden billions disappear. But has Sam, for the Uncle Sam that was supposed to represent this nation, is supposed to be taking care of you, but it's not doing it, and this Bankman fried. So all the men from the banks are getting fried. The economy is collapsing. So, whatever. So I just thought it was interesting. That was the perfect name for a guy, for a judgment to come at this time for the bank collapse and all the crypto collapsing that is going on. But that's interesting that he has the perfect name for that. But but in any case, you can make it back to this. So this is the whole thing. So once you know something, you are paying attention to words, and you're particularly careful how God is running everything. Because to me, the fact that this guy named Sam Bankman Fried is no coincidence. This is the time of judgment for all the bank systems, and he's the perfect one to represent that. So so keep that in mind, But this is what I'm saying. This is what these religions lack. They're not able to be in the alphabet of Torah, so their mind has not expanded to the whole world. So in this world, I want everybody I want Sam Bankman Fried to have the real riches for his soul. The awareness of all that he's participating. Like he gets to breathe 22,000 pounds of air from his day of birth. So he has breathed more air than all the money that he's ever had collected, because all the air, that's how we rich. Our currency is the air that we're breathing, 22,000 pounds. Imagine you were 22,000 pounds of air every day. If you're circulating that and you're generating that every day, and that was converted into money, if God said, I'm going to give you in pounds, in England pounds, okay? And the money from England, I'm going to give you all in exchange for all the breads that you have from the day that you were born up until now. I'm going to exchange each bread for an English pound. How rich would you be? You know what I'm saying? You will be a zillionaire, for all the breath you have. Because every time that you breathe in and out, you are distributing the energies in this world. So that's the labor that you do for Yud-Heh-Vav. But you say, if God were to do that, you will be so rich. The same. That's why I wish for this Sam Bankman Fried. So we have my understanding, so people understand what his true riches are. But in any case, I digress. Let me go back to this messages here. So let's see.